Yeehaw! Welcome, Americans and Europeans alike, and everyone else from the entire planet Earth. And aliens, if you're here, welcome to another Thursday stream, trying to get some words in the month of November for no particular reason. Joined today by the Legend Star icon Laura and Legend Star icon Becca. How are you ladies doing today?
Good.
Good.
I was helping make stuffing before I ensconced myself in the room.
Oh.
You're like, I got 2 hours, Mom. Leave me alone.
I know. I'm having it at my sister's and her boyfriend's, so all I have to do is show up. I don't have to do anything, so that's kind of nice.
Sometimes, Becca, that's the hardest job.
I know, right?
My name is Teague. Today we're doing some writing sprints. We're going to do 25-minute sprint timers, and then I've set the break timers to 10 minutes in between because Tuesday was very fast for me. What are we working on today? Like, how are you celebrating today? Oh, you going to your sister's and you eating with your family? We all talked about that. What are we working on today?
Crimson Strings.
Crimson Strings, them heists, girl, them heists. How they doing?
I finished the heist.
Both of them?
No, just the first one.
Okay, so one to go and then the end, or
Yes.
the end for now.
Yes.
How long is it going to be? Do you think?
I
Tell her,
think
Laura.
I have like 6K left. Right now I'm at 78K.
Oh, wow. Wait, didn't you just start this?
No.
Or am I going crazy? Okay, is this the one that you started a long time ago and now you're finishing?
Yes.
Okay, and this is the one you were working on when I was in Toronto and we were at, okay. So this is, I feel like I am invested in this.
I feel like I've been hearing about Crimson Strings for years. So
Yeah. I hadn't touched it in a year.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like you put it on pause for a while because I feel like it's been in the ether or something. Because now I feel like okay, now I'm with you. I remember that one. I was very excited about that one. So
yeah.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I did a new draft of Seeds of Doubt and queried that. So
okay.
Yeah, I got an R&R, so I worked on the R&R, and that's with the agent now. So
slay. Ms. Becca, what are you working on?
I am still working on my screenplay. I'm changing the ending.
Gimme.
No, I know.
Oh.
Yeah, I finished the draft on the writing retreat that we went to, and I knew then that it wasn't it. You know what I mean? Like I wrote the ending, and I'm like, okay, it's an ending, but it fell flat completely. So I had to like percolate and think and stuff. So now I think I have it. But I think I was saying in your last stream in the comments that it's so cheesy right now. Like so
luckily cheesy. I love cheese. So
I don't think it's not even like bad cheesy though. It's just bad. So but it's okay because I just need to get it out and then I can work on it.
Just
but
give me a good Gruyere. I'm happy.
It's just a cringe. You know what I mean? Like you read back your dialogue and you're like, oh God, I hope no one reads this.
Yeah, me with every line I write. Are you sort of the type of writer that envisions the ending before you start? Because that's how I work. Like I always know my endings before I start my projects. Or are you like the beginning girl? They're like, ooh, I got the beginning, no idea what's happening later, but we'll worry about that.
It's interesting. I think it changes from story to story, but in this case, I really thought I had the ending. Like I thought this is the ending I wanted, the one that I actually originally wrote. And then I realized that no, that's not the story I'm telling at all. Like, so I don't know how that changed, but it just drastically changed. I think it's because the first time around, I just told the story from the little girl's perspective. And then I sort of made the bad guy, which is her grandmother, very two-dimensional and kind of just like, why is she this horrible? Like, I mean, why is she just this? And so once I started putting in her and like thinking of ways to visually sort of show her evilness, but like why, like there's a rooted reason why, then it kind of made the whole ending not work. And now I'm kind of just making the the bad guy more three-dimensional and it's changing things.
What genre is this?
It is well, it's kind of a memoir. But it's a horror. I'm trying to base it like a horror thriller. But it is a true story. So I just had to fictionalize it.
Is there like a TV show that you compare it to visually or like tonally?
Yes. I mean, episode 7 of Agatha.
Oh my God, Becca.
Yeah.
Deceased, dead.
And
Stop.
and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like that
Okay.
that vibe. So it's
I
very
haven't
much
seen
like,
Everything Everywhere all at once. I have been reassured
I've
that I
seen
would
that
love
one.
it, but
okay. Yeah, it you'll see when you watch it, if you ever do watch it, it has the episode 7 of Agatha
vibe,
tone. Yeah.
which
it's
I
just-
loved. So
yeah, me
hello,
too.
knock knock. Who's there? It's me.
It just got me when I saw that episode, I just suddenly was like re-energized and
It
was
was
all
like seeing all the threads, like pulling all the threads.
and then that's when I was like, oh my God, the whole ending has to change now and everything. So I blame Agatha for this whole thing.
So much fun. And you, Laura, have you always known the ending of Crimson String? Because I feel
No.
like the heists were kind of tacked on,
Yeah.
like not too long ago.
I know the final cliffhanger,
Like the image,
but everything
like,
else
wanna-
is just.
everything else is confetti.
I know the final stab to the heart. So
To our heart, or like
yeah,
the literal
to the
heart.
reader's heart.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
thinking literal. I'm all like, oh God, this is gonna be bad. It's like actual stab.
I mean, they are vampires, so when she says stab, I'm like,
that's kind of what
Laura's like, I signed the DNA. Nope, not a DNA.
NDA.
What's it called? NBA, yeah. NDA. There you
Non-disclosure
go.
agreement.
Yeah. Let's say hello to some friends. We were joined by Sasha. Hello. Crystal is here and Jessica is here. 3 of my favorite icons. I presume she's talking about us. Right back at you. Cool Gamer is here.
Where's
Crystal
Cool
says,
Gamer
I'm here.
2?
Where's Cool Gamer 2? I think it's like Sarah Connor and like the Terminator. Like one of them is good and one of them is evil. Crystal says, I'm here for the vibe, still in recovery mode. This thing isn't letting go. Oh no. 6K left for Crimson String. Grabby hands. Susan is here. Good morning. Hiding in my office while I can. Yeah, get them words while you can. Sasha says, I always like a bit of cheese with wine. Oh, same girl.
Not this
Same.
kind of cheese, I'm telling you though.
It's not a brie.
No.
It's one of them. There's like
It's
a particular
American.
wheel
that really, yeah, I was gonna say it's that really smelly, awful cheese that like
with
you
worms
don't.
in it.
Gorgonzola.
Yeah, what is it where you don't even when you walk into a room, you're like, oh God, I have to leave. Like
There's
I
blue
saw
cheese.
this-
There's gorgonzola.
no,
There's some
gorgonzola's
Swedish
good.
guys who do like a food program, and they went to taste one of them cheeses in them wheels. They cut it open, and it's full of maggots. It's supposed to be maggots in it,
Right.
because like the maggot poop mixes with the cheese, and that's like the
Yes.
flavor. And like they like because they're like chefs, and so they're like delicious. Look at this.
No.
And then one of the camera guys just like tilts over and, and faints because of the smell. So that's the kind of cheese you're serving, and not like brie.
Yes.
Okay. Wendy's also here. Hello, I'm watching this while making the pie crust. Love pie. Author JC is here. Hello, JC. Becca, give it to me. You had me at Agatha. Good lord.
Aw,
Yes.
I know. I love it.
More grabby hands from Crystal too. Jessica says, I'm going to be going slow and chill today while writing this cheesy Christmas story. Well, Becca knows all about cheese, so you're in good company. And JC says, yes, because each of you are very iconic. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Today, we are working with a Flocus, which is my new favorite thing to use.
Oh.
I want to do another home theme, maybe. There's like a wintry
Oh.
cabin one. Not this one, not you.
That's really cool.
Yeah, this is the only animated one, which is the cafe.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. The others are just image. Hello? Can I not swap? Oh, focus timer. Are we not focused? I'm confusion.
I feel like you're
There
staying.
you go. We're going to do this little winter cabin timer. We're doing 4 sprints in total, 25 minutes, and then a 10-minute break in between. If you're working on something, let us know in chat, and we can get to know about it, because I love knowing about stuff.
JC wants to know
Stieg,
if
is
it's
Focus free? Because Wonderspace is trying to start charging people now. Yes, Focus is free. All I did was make an account. They have like a paid tier where you get a lot of more like backgrounds and stuff, but for now, I'm just using this. I've never heard about Wonderspace though, so but yeah, I don't like free things suddenly charging things. That's not the terms of agreement I agreed to. So we're going to do 25 minutes on the clock, starting now. Ring a ding ding ding. How did y'all do for that sprint, ladies and gentlemen?
I don't know. Let me see. Okay. About 350.
Oh, okay. That's really good.
That is good. Wow,
Is this like the little emotional beat between the two heists?
If I emotionally beat, you mean aphrodisiac scene? Yes.
Ooh.
Classic Laura.
I know. Can't help it. The heist went wrong. He ingested it.
You clown. How did you do, Becca?
I did good. I'm at the big climactic scene. So this is like, look, I had originally thought, that I wanted to make this and I wanted to direct it and stuff like that, thinking, okay, I can do this. It's low budget. It is so not going to be low budget.
Well, if it's any consolation, Agatha all along is allegedly the cheapest Marvel project, and that's
Is
the best
it?
one.
Okay, that makes
So-
me feel better because the effects were pretty spectacular in that. Yeah, it's just I'm doing everything like visual, so it's like it will be a lot of visual effects. So this big end confrontation is like giant smoke monster thing, like it's just yeah. But anyway, I'm just writing it and then I'll deal with that stuff later, I guess. But
Yeah, that must be so special though to like write a script and then be part of like the process of turning it into an
I
actual like is it a series or it's a movie, right?
it'll be a movie, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope so. I'm gonna really try. Like I I made the mistake of putting like all my eggs in one basket with my marriage and Stefan and like because he had always made the promise that, because he wanted to be a director, but he'd always made the promise that we were gonna do, once he got to a place, then we would be able to do my stuff. And then obviously, I can't blame him. Like it is what it is. So we're not together anymore. So it's like, wow, I really put all those eggs in one basket. So I'm like, I just am never gonna do that again. And it's sort of like starting over, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but I have all this experience now. So now I know not to do that. I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try this. And whatever starts to pull, I'll, move towards and just go
You're
from there.
missing 100% of the shots you never take. Isn't that something?
Yeah, and look, I had so many opportunities in my life that I let fear completely like close the door. And it's like I could have been in a much, but no regrets in the sense of like coulda, woulda, shoulda. It doesn't matter. I let my fear get the best of me. I accept that. I have to accept that. I'm just not going to let it happen again. So it's hard lessons when because it's like you can't help it with, especially with being a writer and imagination, you can remember everything very vividly. So it's like you remember all those opportunities that you're like, what was I thinking? Like, oh my God, I had like this perfect, I blew it, and that'll just I can't let that hold me back. So I'm just yeah. Yesterday I made posters of my favorite quotes. And
Okay.
I'm gonna
Do you
put
want to
them
share
on my
with class?
Okay, well, one of my favorites is the famous fear quote from Dune. This is literally the 1990 version.
That looks old.
This was the one I bought in high school, so it's old. But yeah, do you want me to read it?
The Jumgabar box thingamajig?
Yeah, I don't have to read it, but it's the famous fear quote. The I must not fear, that one.
The Litany of Fear, is that what I call it?
I don't know what they call it. I just know it's like one of the famous quotes of like
Share with
basically.
class. I wanna hear.
Okay. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing, only I will remain.
Oh, slay.
Right. And so I made like this really pretty poster with like one of the beautiful Dune artwork, one of the posters. And then I did that block sort of text where you can make it all like one rectangle, but then I made some of the lines like I will not fear and things like that really big with the anyway, it looks really cool. So I made that poster. And then I have to have my Star Wars. So that's for my fear. And then I have for my self-doubt, I have the Star Wars quote of Han Solo saying, "Never tell me the odds." So I'll have like both that I can just look. I'm going to put right here on my wall so I can always look at them. Don't let fear and don't let self-doubt hold you back anymore, because my God, have I let it hold me back in my life.
No more, Becca. No more.
No more.
I'm living for this like Becca era.
Hope so. Oh my God. I'm going to do everything in my power.
There's I don't know if you watched it, but there's a movie called The Swamp Princess.
Oh no.
It was from when I was a child, so you were probably a teenager. But it's not a Disney movie. But there's a song called No Fear there, and that like feels like
Okay,
appropriate for you.
That up. Yes.
It's like a Disney cartoon-esque movie though, so
okay, what is it called? Say it again so I don't forget
The
it.
Swan
The Swamp
Princess.
Princess.
The Swamp Princess or the Swan?
Swan. The
Swan.
bird.
Well, both could be good. The Swan.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I do remember this.
Eric and Odette.
Okay.
Which is Swan Princess, Odette. But yeah, there's a song that called No Fear. No Fear.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay. Although to be fair, I was actually 21, so that probably wasn't like on my
radar.
One of my teachers worked on it. She worked on the Prince character until she couldn't stand him anymore because he's so superficial.
Oh,
she got switched to the frog character, and she was like, "Thank you, I will do the frog."
Oh.
Yeah, Prince Derek is very like a prince, and that's his role, and he does not stray from the path.
Okay. Oh, I'm excited. I'm going to watch this. I wonder if it's streaming on anything.
I think it's on YouTube, to be fair.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's right here on YouTube. Okay.
And there's like a bunch of sequels, not as good as the first one, but if you enjoy the first one and you just want to go along for the ride, and the other ones are. And also one of my favorite villain songs ever.
Oh,
is from The Swan Princess. No More Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to watch that.
One of my favorite ones is In the Dark of the Night.
From Anastasia.
Oh,
in the dark of the night, nobody found us.
Anastasia, because that was Don Bluth, right?
Yeah.
I was really into Don Bluth animation for a long time. But yeah,
I had like a Romanov family period in high school. Who didn't though? What writer didn't? So I like watched that and I love that song too. Let's see what our friends did before the time runs out.
No, we're running out.
Susan says that she's working on a winter solstice spooky short story this morning. Oh, I love that. Very intrigued. Or just staring into space. We'll see. There was an update. Lots of staring into space, but also 400-ish words. So win.
Nice.
Slay. Jessica says, not me having to double check and make sure I didn't have my male main character curse. Oh, they can curse? Is it like a genre convention or something? 466 words for that. Well done.
Nice.
Crystal played on their phone, dozed a little. And JC says, yes, Becca, kick fear in its ass.
So hard. Oh.
Only I will remain fierce. Becca, you make an omelet with them eggs and slay.
Thank you.
Love in the Dark of the Night. Yeah, right up there. Once Upon a December, lol, fave song of the movie. Yeah. It is a pretty darn good movie. Is it Disney? No.
It's Don Bluth. Yeah. He did like American Tail and like Land Before
With
Time.
The mice.
And,
Land Before Time, R.I.P.
He was one of the last guys to hold out to keep doing the 2D animation instead of going computer. Yeah. He's really like, nope, never mind. John Bluth. We love him.
25 minutes on the clock starting now. Cling-a-ling. How did y'all do for that sprint, ladies?
Well, I believe I got words.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Don't know how many.
Okay. Becca?
Still working on the last battle scene. It just keeps getting longer. But it's okay because I feel like this is it. This is the last
Yay!
battle, so it's gotta be. It can't just be like.
It's gotta be juicy.
Yeah, it's gotta be juicy.
Can't just be the kiss of death.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it was before. So now I'm giving it all the closure. It's kind of a mess, but again, that's what editing's for.
All it has to do for now is just exist.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm getting there. Hopefully, I'll be doing one more sprint or
2 more sprints.
2 sprints. Oh, okay. Then I think I'll actually be able to finish today with this scene anyway.
Yay!
I broke 79K.
Oh, congratulations!
1 sprint? No.
Dang, girl!
Wow.
I broke 48K for that sprint.
Oh, yay! How
At
long?
100.
So I was gonna say, how long do you think the draft's gonna be?
Well, I'm on chapter 19, and I think chapter 20 is going to be the midpoint if God is good, and He is,
Okay.
as always. So logic deduces that the book will be 40 chapters, but I don't think my Act 2B and Act 3 will be as succulent as my Fun and Games has been, because she ripe. She's whatever the overripe, whatever that word is.
Okay.
Rotten to the core. I don't know. She's bloated. Is what she is. So I think logic to do is going to be like 90k. The budget was 75k, so I don't know. But my process is also yours, where I'm like, okay, all it has to do for now is just to exist.
Yeah.
And then I can do whatever I want with it after. But I just got to get it out of my brain now.
Mm-hmm. It's so hard.
Yeah, so just like everything is just super described, and I know I'll cut like half of it later.
Okay.
They're entering this apothecary to stock up on some medical supplies, and like that is not the point of the scene. That is just the entry into the scene. But I have this 623 words now so far in the apothecary, and I just know that reasonably I would cut this and just have them almost get in the door and then do the thing they're actually going to do this scene.
Right.
But I just like, I don't know, I want to see how it looks inside, so I'm going to go inside.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Let's see how our friends did. Jessica says, for those who don't know, my male main character is the son of Santa Claus, so even though he's a grown adult, he suffers from various trauma from having his parents micromanage him to be a quote-unquote good child. So anytime he curses, his father harps at him about how that language is unbecoming of a Claus and how he's going to be the next Satan.
Santa.
So he can't do things like that. And Sasha says ... 0. I ignore that accidental boop. I think I had a stroke. Crystal went to go and nap. Happy words. Happy nap.
Yeah.
Joined by Morgan. Hello, hello. And Regina. Hello, hello. What a treat. Becca.
Oh.
And Laura. And Crystal and Sasha. Everyone's here. I'm curious, Becca, since you're writing this episode 7, Everything Everywhere All at Once sort of esque situation.
Yeah.
Are you just writing it chronologically and then deconstructing it, or did you deconstruct the ID before you started writing, so you knew where to put the little blips or whatever you want to call them?
The first draft, I knew where to put all the little blips for the young girl character. So, but then, like I said, once I realized that I needed them to be in there for the grandma character, now I'm having to go back and thread through all of those blips. But
Dang.
I'm not really playing with time as much as opposed to like sort of flashbacks. So in that in that way, it's like everything, everywhere, all at once, which I know you haven't seen, but it's like they're constantly shifting between like different realities in that movie. So that's why it has that same vibe of this episode 7 of Agatha, because it's like they're shifting through time in Agatha, but this is shifting through realities. And so I'm kind of doing that with her sort of, she has like sort of psychic vision kind of dreams kind of thing. So it's like, and past. And so it's like seeing things from the past, but then there's also like a spirit or a ghost that's like helping her. Like, so it's a lot of visuals, and it's a lot of playing with jumping through visuals like that. So that's the kind of vibe that I'm, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Pitch, you know what I'm saying? I need to hone that down.
Yeah, that was an excellent elevator pitch if you're riding like 40 floors.
Oh yeah, like this is a whole skyscraper pitch.
But yeah, no, that's so interesting though, because I want to do the same with my fantasy project. Kind of have like a thread of reality or whatever to call it.
Yeah.
So I'm just but like obviously a movie would be differently formatted than a novel.
Right.
So, but I do think that it's, and also I feel like at least episode 7 was such a visual representation of that, and like how do you translate that to a novel?
Right.
Because you just have words. So.
Because that's the thing is like I've always thought like, okay, maybe once I do the script, I can make a novelization of it, just to have kind of both formats. But honestly, I'm making it so visual. I don't know how I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Novel?
Like it's actually, as a novel, like, because imagine trying to write episode 7 as a novel, like it would kind of take away, because you'd get the inner thoughts. And so therefore you'd know exactly what was going on. Whereas by doing it in a visual way, you kind of are figuring it out as you're going, but you're like kind of with the character, like with Lilia, we're figuring out that she's jumping through time, and you get to see all these things that they planted along the way and how they're all coming together now, and she's starting to realize it, and she's having this moment. If you had all of her inner thoughts, I feel like in the first 5 minutes of the book or episode or whatever, you'd be like, oh, we know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Also, I think in the show, which is the only source that exists, there's no other form of that media, but she also doesn't know that she's blipping, I think.
Well, but then you see
when the others comment on it, she's like, what?
I know. That's the only thing that's like, but again, like in that particular episode is when she's realizing it all together. So it's like, yeah, honestly, to make the whole show into a book would be even way more, I think it would be even harder, because those blips would have to make sense on some level, and you couldn't wait until the 7th part of the book. You know what I mean?
That'd be like the back half of Act 2 or something. That'd be a long way to read for like an explanation.
It'd be really hard to pull that off in a book. I think. I'm sure someone could do it. Just so that's kind of how I'm writing the screenplay. So I don't really know if I can turn it into a book, to be honest.
Dang, are you gonna try?
I don't know. Like, I mean, eggs. I'm thinking eggs when I was reading eggs. But like at the same time, I'm kind of like, I kind of want it to only exist as a movie. So my other eggs may just be other screenplays or other books or that kind of stuff. This one may just stay a screenplay.
That's fair. Yeah. Do you do like time jump shenanigans in your vampire novel, Laura, or like realities, since it's like sort of magical?
No, I have blood boards and like portals that they can open so they can just get to where they've already been before. So it's kind of like Nightcrawler, where they have to like have already been or be able to see where they're going.
Oh, okay.
So
I love that.
But my vampires have the ability to read people's minds, Vulcan mind meld style. Oh. So they'll literally like put their hand on their face and see where they've been before and open the portal with them guiding it.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, so they can Yeah, I'm just gonna pause
So
this.
they make the other person the driver.
Okay. Ooh.
Translate on page though, because but they have to touch them to read their minds, or can they like listen in on thoughts?
Now these ones they have to touch.
Because then it would sort of be like an like omniscient narrator almost. I feel like.
Right. Now these ones they touch. Like one of them, the first time I think we do it is somebody who's dying and they need to get intel out of them. So they're flying through a dying
Ah,
mindscape trying to find
Ooh.
the cowering consciousness of this person to interrogate
dang.
them
I love that.
before they drop dead because they got to get out of there before they're actually dead.
God.
Do they die if they die in the mind?
I think they go vegetative.
Oh, that
Mm.
would suck. They'd be trapped in like this darkness.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ooh, that's
I'm
good. That
intrigued.
keeps the danger.
Speaking of intrigued, we're going to dive into the next sprint that I just put on pause because I wanted to know more. This
Yes.
is the penultimate sprint. We're going to do this one and one more. So if you have something you want to do, or if you just want to chillax, then that's our timetable for the evening. Yeah, them's our stakes. Them's our stakes indeed. Yeah, we're going to dive into another sprint. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Ring a ding ding. How did that go for you?
I watched AutoTube videos.
Serve. Anyone in
Yeah.
particular you want to shout out?
Esther, Marian Duhar,
Oh,
and
not
Brielle
this. There you go.
Rice.
Ah, all good videos.
Yeah.
Becca.
I'm getting closer. I've realized though, looking back, I've literally written like almost 10 pages already. This script.
Dang.
But I'm getting to the. I know it's taking me a while, but again, I can edit later. But I'm getting to the moment. I think it's me figuring out exactly what her motivation is,
Ooh, that's always exciting.
right? Because it's like this whole time she's just been sort of, like I said, this 2D evil serial killer grandma, like, but
Mustache
why, and it's like, because from the little girl's perspective, that's what she is. But I need there to be a reason. So pulling on actual reality, it's my great aunt, not my actual grandma, but pulling on her actual reality has helped me to kind of figure out maybe why she actually did do those things, because no one knows, just they just wrote her off as psycho crazy woman. And so giving her some, based on what I know of what happened to her in her childhood and things like that, of like giving some reason for it. So I'm kind of in this climactic moment, getting it all out, like vomiting it all out. So it may not go here. I may have to thread it through earlier, but I just need to. This is a mess, is what I'm saying.
But sometimes you got to make a mess to cook. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is definitely what's happening in the script, which is so not me. I am like such a structured, outliney person. So for me, this is very, very off brand.
it's sort of ironic though, because I'm such a type A person in my life, but in my writing, I'm just like outline. No, thank you.
Oh,
I
really?
have no idea where I'm going. I don't know where I've been. It's just hodgepodge. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like
I
if
mean,
I plan too much and outline too much, I've told myself the story to the extent where I'm like, I'm not interested in this anymore because I know
right.
what's happening.
I can see that.
So
I can definitely see
yeah.
that. I find the joy in the structure and the outline. And but in this case, like the structure, like the 3 act structure and everything in terms of like a screenplay, it's still there. But this is like, for me, this is like the emotional and character stuff. And that's always been, I think that's always been my weakness. um I'm very I love a structure, I love a story. And so sometimes I think my characters aren't as rounded as they could be. So, but I don't want to do that with this one, especially since it is kind of, since it is based on a true story. I want to do everyone justice, even the killer.
I'm the same, definitely. Like going into a project, world building and plot is something that I have usually a clear vision of in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then characters is like, okay, I just need you to be here. But you have like
Right, they're having fun, right? They're like, "Woo, we're
you're
going through the story together."
they're
Fun,
just
you
sort of
say.
existing in the vacuum of a story. So they're like they don't have like a life outside of the story. And that's something I go back and add
Right.
later.
Yeah.
But I also know this about myself, so I try not to get hung up on it in my drafting stages, because then I'd just drive myself crazy. I can't do everything everywhere all at once. And I feel like Edie, for example, she's the opposite of me. She's like so good on characters and interpersonal thoughts and relationships.
Right.
But a lot, she haven't met her. Story, who is she? So she goes from the other end, and like all of the character work is so thorough and so good in her first
Yeah.
draft. Then she needs to make a story out of it
Right.
at a later stage. And I just think that depends on kind of what
Yeah.
person you are.
Yeah.
And also for
Absolutely.
me, going in blind, just outlining as I go, and sort of just writing the story, I find it a lot easier to move things around once it exists on a page
Yes,
than
exactly.
like having to visually move it around in my brain without thinking about like where does this go.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And that's honestly one of the reasons why I got this book.
Making good script great.
Yeah,
Ooh.
because I know I can write a good script. I've had the outside validation, right? I've worked on TV shows. I've had like, contests I've placed. So I know I can write a good script, but I've never been able to get to that next level. So I'm hoping this book will help me make it a great script.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. How do you work, Laura? Like, because I feel like you do descriptions and like world building
Yeah.
so well, but
Yeah.
also characters at the same time. How do you do it
Right.
all? How do you find time as a modern day woman to do it all?
Yeah, do you do plot too, or how do you feel about the plot structure? Like, is that like
It's different. So the first book I ever wrote, I did a plot embryo. So
Oh.
basically the hero's journey that you break up into sections, and
right?
the known world and the unknown world, and your misbelief and what you believe in now. So I
Right.
had that all figured out for my first book, but my writing style was my first thing I ever wrote, so it was terrible. But
Right. Oh, I got
then
that.
then I got into flash fiction, and all my
Right.
flash and my short stories I pantsed, and
Okay.
so now I basically pants my novels until I hit a wall, and
Okay.
then I do bullet points, and
Okay.
then try and get through bullet points, and then I'll have thought of new twists and stuff, so those bullet points go out the window and I make a new set of bullet points. And I just keep doing that over and over until I finally get to the end.
But did you go
Oh,
sort of headlight style where you do like a couple of chapters or beats at a time, or do you just like you hit the wall and then you do the entire novel in bullet points and then you hit another wall and then you redo all your bullet points, or like how does that process look for you?
Well, I hit the wall kind of at the midpoint, I guess. So, yeah, it's not till I have like the last half, last third left to go, and
okay.
then I'll bullet point it out, and then throw the bullet points out the window.
You're like, no, nope.
It's like, dang it!
That makes sense. Let's see what our friends did. Let's see. We're joined by Nicole. Hello, hello. Putting up Christmas tree.
Oh,
Oh,
I
lovely.
just
I'm putting up
seen.
mine this weekend. I'm so excited.
Look at that tree.
I will
Does
say
Snake leave it alone?
putting up before the first Sunday of Advent is a little bit of hearsay, but you do you, Becca.
Does
Okay.
Snake leave your tree alone?
Yeah, actually, the fake one. It's a fake tree, so that's why. But because I did not realize that pine trees are poisonous to cats, and I did that last year, and he was starting to eat it, and I was like, wait, stop, 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 and I looked it up, and I'm all like, oh my god, I got rid of the tree like immediately, so now I have the fake tree.
Jessica says, I stopped writing to order food with my hubby and now my brain is fried. I haven't written a single
Oh,
word this entire time, but you
that's
existed.
okay.
Good job,
Yes.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Applebee's pasta for me and an impossible burger for hubby.
Ooh.
Regina says, taking meds and fending off a headache. I'll be fine, but I'm
Oh.
really glad you're all alive today. I'm happy to be here for you, Regina. Anytime. Sasha says, that's great. Figuring out the why is huge.
Yeah.
We love a hot mess and go wild, Becca. Your number one fan, Sasha.
I know, you've been the best.
And Greyfry says, calling Katie out. Is it calling out someone if it's just an objective observation of the truth? I don't know, Grape. I don't know. Call
Or
in.
someone's process,
Sasha says, I listened to Pagan Yule music and revised a chapter of the dialogue with Wild because the music revved up, lol. Mood writing much. The Wicked soundtrack has been going platinum in my house the last few days.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I've never seen a musical or heard the soundtrack before, so this is my first experience with Wicked. Which is
Okay.
weird because I'm such a musical boily, but I'm such
Right.
anti Wizard of Oz. I do not like the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
So I think I'm just like Wicked is just like a Wizard of Oz prequel, not for me. But the music is definitely for me now because she's a vibe.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just like bopping along, singing it up. It doesn't really fit the vibe for my Wild West story,
No.
but It like thematically it fits the vibe, but like the sound
Yes.
does not really nail the Wild West universe. We're going to go into our last sprint of the 25 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, go. Ding-a-ling, ding, ding. The last sprint of the evening done. Or your morning, I guess. How did that go for you, Laura? Let me just put on now. Thank you so much, focus. Alrighty.
It went well. I actually wrote again, so that was good.
Yay.
Killing it on a public holiday.
I know. I'm now at 79,363 words, so I got about 354 words.
Yay.
Slay. Becca?
I finished the scene.
Yay!
Yay!
I can't believe it. I really can't believe I did that. But that ended up being 10 pages long.
Slay. And like all again on a public holiday. Good job.
I know. I'm so glad we did this because I was like, I never get any work done on Thanksgiving ever. And I've been really like eating away at like trying to knowing that I needed to write the scene, but not exactly knowing how I was going to write the scene. So I've just been procrastinating and doing other scenes. So it's done. This was the big one. Now I can go back and just do the little ones and
Slay. I'm so happy for you. I'm at 230 words for the day, which isn't a whole lot, but I spent a lot of time thinking about it.
Yeah.
So that's it. I'm going to continue after we end, and hopefully get my daily word count. Let's see. Regina said, "Lovely watching the dog show. Did piano and art so far this morning." There you go. What's your poison, Regina? What art do you do? Painting, pottery, crochet, macrame? Call in. Jessica says, "I watched YouTube videos," which is so real of you. Without people watching YouTube videos, there wouldn't be any content creators. So keep doing the Lord's work, Jessica.
I also went into my back catalog and unlisted. I made public my 10-minute Toronto timer, which is my view from my window.
Why did you unlisted that?
Because it kind of doxed me because it has a very specific church in it.
Oh.
Oh. But now you don't live there anymore, so
Exactly.
timer away. Now you can dox someone else.
Yes.
Sasha said, "Words on a public holiday count ×2. Lol." Yeah.
I agree.
Like that rule. And Regina says, "Re-art. I enjoy line art, pen and ink." Ooh.
Nice.
Are you? Well, I know you're an artist, Laura. Obviously, do you? Because you do a lot of crafts, Becca. But like, do you do art in that sense?
I mean, I
She made her cover.
I actually did an entire this same story, by the way, the true story of that thing. I actually did a graphic novel.
Oh wow!
I illustrated the whole thing. I did it very much like a kid's book style because that's about the extent of my talent. But I did it as a comic book. But I thought it was good because it's this dark story, but it looks very cartoony and
that kind of works in an advantage though, because you get that juxtaposition is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, exactly. I can show you like a couple.
Yes, please. I did not know you made a comic. Is it for public consumption?
No. Well, now that I'm doing the script, I
guess that makes sense.
Yeah. You know what? Oh my god, I have no idea what I did with it. Well, never mind. Where is that? Wow, that's sad. I have like one copy and I don't know where it is.
I do spot a Dark and Secret Magic there though, so
I do see that too.
I have like 3 copies of a Dark and Secret.
As you should, as is your right.
I have that one which she signed, and then I have the the crazy.
Oh, she's so stunning.
So beautiful.
I know, and the backside, and even like if you take the dust jacket off, like the actual cover is stunning too.
It's so pretty. And then I got
even the inside of the dust jacket, which you don't even see, has art.
Oh, I know. Yes. Oh my god, that's like
incredible.
one of my favorites of the whole thing. Is the
they popped off with that one.
Yeah, no, it's so pretty. And then I have this one which she did sign, but I had her just sign it so that because I was going to do a giveaway on my channel and because I was going to do the vlog.
Oh, did you not do the vlog?
I just am so behind on my YouTube
Ah.
stuff. So eventually I am going to do that though. So at
Oh.
some point I will be giving that away as a
Watching the Dark and Secret Magic like tour vlogs that people put up just made me
uh
so.
I know. Oh
Oh.
my gosh.
Regina says putting together a coloring book, which of course I will.
Ooh.
Lol. Becca's also is on the sewing machine. That I do know because you're making some pretty stunning items. I think the only covers, I think the only cover I've seen is Geraldine's Alley? Question mark.
That one actually Stefan did, but I did this one, The Severed and the Hunted.
Oh, love that. Oh, and then your romance novel.
Yeah, oh, okay, that's actually the style. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the
Okay.
style. Yeah, it's the exact same style as the the graphic novel I can't find.
It's there somewhere in the library.
You know.
I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this Turkey Day. I know you both have plans with your familias, so I'm gonna cut you loose into the world. We'll be here next Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday at the same time. Becca's here. I think Marlon is coming, and it's pretty much an open invitation for anyone who wants to join. So just send me a message, and we can make it happen. And yeah, that's it for today. Happy Turkey Day, and soon Christmas. Happy Christmas. I'm so ready. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Kind of ready.
Yeah. Take care. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.